Hey everyone, I'm Gurleen. I hope you're doing well. In today's video, we'll be discussing the trade plan for Wednesday, that is April 5th, 2023 for Nifty and Bank Nifty, and a few select stocks wherein good risk to reward opportunities are brewing up. So be sure to stick around till the end of the video and don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button and do ring the notification bell so that you never miss an update. So without any further ado, let's look at the technical angle starting with Nifty 50. So here on the daily chart, you can see that the index has registered a hanging man candlestick, which simply suggests that the bulls have been protecting the lower levels and we saw a good up move towards the end of the trading session. You can also observe how Nifty reversed from this harmonic reversal zone of 16,989, though we saw a lot of volatility at the lows, but it's the way of the markets. And as we discussed in the last video, that another harmonic pattern has been triggered above the level of 17,207, and the pattern suggests that Nifty can possibly head higher towards the levels of 17,590 to 17,690. But there's a major hurdle at 17,452 levels. Now to understand that, let's take a look at the hourly time frame. We also discussed that long bets can be placed above the zone of 17,145 to 17,200, and that setup has been quite rewarding. Now, why is the level of 17,452 a major hurdle for the index, and what should be your approach going forward? So, as you can see here, the level of 17,455 is a potential harmonic reversal zone, so we can expect sideways action, and the index can also possibly catch up with these moving averages, and these averages at the levels of 17,189 to 17,270 can be considered as the trailing supports, and thereafter we might see resumption of the trend, but this time towards the higher targets of about 17,590 to 17,690, as we also discussed on the daily chart. Now for those of you who are carrying longs, you might want to consider to trail to adjust the risk, and if you're looking to build fresh positions, then you can either look for a pullback opportunity as per the hourly charts towards the averages, or a decisive breakout at the level of 17,452. Now do keep in mind that this is just a possibility that we are considering for now, so do take the risk to reward into consideration before initiating any trades. And here you might as well ask that, is the bottom done? Well, we are not out of the woods yet, so the maximum downside levels to watch out for would be 16,828. Now to conclude, the index does look sideways to bullish, and you can mark these levels on the chart and trade in the direction of the trend as and when it unfolds. Now for your reference, I've written down the support and resistance levels for Nifty on a larger scale. So the support is placed at 17,200 followed by 17,125, and the resistance is placed at 17,452 followed by 17,590. Now let's move to Bank Nifty. On the daily chart, you can see that in the last trading session, Bank Nifty also surpassed the 40,200 mark with a gap up opening, which has triggered another harmonic pattern on the daily chart. So here if you see, the pattern target happens to be at the levels of 41,332. So we also discussed in the last video that now it looks likely for Bank Nifty to reclaim the 41,000 mark, and it's only a matter of 150 points from here on the upside. Now you might as well ask that, is it a pullback or a trend reversal? Now what's really important at this point is that whether or not Bank Nifty will be able to move past these previous swing highs, and if yes, whether or not we'll be able to see a higher high or higher low structural formation. So we are yet to find out, and will not be ruling out the worst case scenario, and in that case you can refer to the levels of 38,613 as the maximum possible downside for now. Now on the hourly chart, what looks like an inside bar is generally an ORB on a smaller time frame. But first let's start here. So you can see that Bank Nifty traded sideways within this inside bar for the first half, and then towards the second half of the trading session we saw a breakout, and Bank Nifty is also trading above the key moving averages. Now the upside target is placed at the levels of 41,332, and from the current levels, as we've seen a vertical move on the upside, so the bottom line is that a cool off or a pullback towards the moving averages cannot be ruled out here, and if we see demand coming in, then it would hint that Bank Nifty might be gearing up for the next leg on the upside towards the ultimate target of 41,332, and at these very expiry levels, conservative long bets can be looked at, as it will also be favorable from the risk to reward point of view. But if you've already built long positions, it's suitable for you to trade them. On the 15 minutes chart, what's interesting about an inside bar or an open range breakout setup is that it offers a low risk opportunity and lets you catch on to the trend. Now, for example, if you see here on the chart that Bank Nifty consolidated within a narrow range, and thereafter when we saw a breakout of this range on the upside, then a directional bet can be placed. So what about the stop loss? Well, as I said, that the stop loss is very narrow and a low risk opportunity can be looked at. So in this case, the stop loss could have been placed at the lower end of the range. Well, that's to give you an example, but if you would like to see a detailed video on an inside bar or an opening range breakout, then do let me know in the comment section below. Now on the larger scale, the support for Bank Nifty is placed at 40,428 followed by 40,202, and the resistance is placed at 40,840 followed by 41,016. Now let's move to stocks. Let's start with DrReddy. In the last week, DrReddy posted the highest 52-week high closing, and I do think that DrReddy is a must-have stock on your watch list even for the long term. So here if you see, we have a harmonic pattern on the screen which has been triggered above pivot B at 4477.65. Now with that being said, if the stock continues to hold above this pivot, it's highly likely that it might test the upside level of about 4915, which also happens to be the previous swing. If we also take a look at the daily chart, then this vertical move on the upside looks a little extended, and now wouldn't really be a good time to create fresh positions only to get stuck at the highs. So it's best to wait out for a pullback, if any, and then look out for favorable long opportunities from a trading perspective. The next one is Reliance. If you remember, we placed long bets in Reliance at the low of 2187 as it was a harmonic reversal level, and since then Reliance has held on to the lows and inched higher. By now, you might have seen how harmonics helps us to spot reversals and not get stuck on the wrong side of the trade. Now coming back, Reliance is trading within a narrow range, and for those of you who had been asking whether or not Reliance is a buy at current levels, I do think that it's better to wait out to build fresh positions. Now in case if we see a pullback in Reliance towards the levels of 2258 or 2280, now that would be a suitable zone from a trading perspective with a strict stop loss of about 2110 for a 1:1 trade initially, and thereafter for a target of about 2396 on the higher side. The last one is PVR. So on the weekly chart, you can see a head and shoulders stop that was triggered in PVR along with a harmonic pattern that came into play with the breakdown of this level of 1661.60. And now the target for PVR, considering the harmonic pattern, happens to be at the level of 1337. Though on the daily chart, you can see that we have a declining structure, and as of now the stock is trading within a wide range, and here a fresh breakdown of the levels of 1471 would call for an open target of about 1337, which is also a harmonic potential reversal zone, but it's a conditional setup and will only get triggered below this low of 1471, and the stops can be placed at the upper end of the range. Well, that's it for today, and on that note, it's Gurleen signing off. Until we meet again, have a good time.